Good morning, traders. Manny Cabrera from MDC Trading Academy with today's pre market forecast for Monday, tax day, April 15th. Let's go to our news items for this week. We have nothing of significance happening in reference to news today. None of this stuff really matters to us. Nothing on Tuesday seems very light. Nothing on Wednesday. We only have some important news coming on Thursday. Everything that happens before the bell rings. We have core retail sales, a really important price index for the economy, and we also have one at 8:30 on Friday, which is building permits. Remember, market is closed on Fridays. We shut down operations Thursday and Friday this week, so everything that happens within Monday and Wednesday. Let's look quickly at our analysis chart. We start with our daily chart. Market, this was the bar from Friday. Market increased its volume almost to 900. It was 913,000, so it was our highest volume of the week to the upside, which shows us that there's a lot of bullishness. In spite of the very slow and meticulous movement, there's a lot of bullish strength to the upside. Everybody's looking to reach this 29.56 all-time high. I think that's going to be the big test in the market. What happens there? Nobody knows. We know that it's going to have some sort of reaction, whether we're going to peek through it, whether we're going to reverse. What's going to happen? We know it's going to be very exciting to get there. It's going to be very exciting once we get there. So let's see what happens. Technically, again, we have nothing in our way to prevent us from getting there, except we always have our some sort of resistance area heading up into the future. Right now, we're heading into this particular area here, right about here. We were here right back in August of 2018. So we're heading kind of like into this area. We did have a retracement into one of our moving averages, and it's possible that we can retrace to our 20 SMA before we do our continuation. We'll see. But what we're expecting is a little bit of sideways movement today. Why? Simply because that's the default behavior once the market breaks a key resistance area. If you notice, it broke every time it breaks a key resistance area, it runs. It reaches a key area, it consolidates, retraces, runs, reaches a key area, pulls back, consolidates, runs, reaches another key area, consolidates, retraces, and this is no different here. We reach a particular area, we consolidate it, retrace a little bit, ran through it. We're expecting a little bit of a sideways or maybe a slight retracement before continuation. That's kind of what we've been having. The key is the volume. Once again, you got to make sure that you understand volume is key. Volume determines volatility. It also determines how quickly or how slowly the market moves to our areas. Let's go to our projection chart here. And as we can see, all of our key areas, all of our key areas were in play this week or this week generally. You notice how the market, these red lines here are previous all-time highs. Right now the market seems to be dancing between two previous all-time highs. uh, Market is continuing. Obviously it does this run, now it does a nice retracement here. We have a little bit of a sideways market. You can draw it kind of like this. This is where we are right now. Expectation obviously is one or the other. It's either going to continue to continue to the upside, come retest this area down here, or move a little lower before moving up. But the idea is that we're expecting the market to make a continuation to the upside as it has recently. Let's look at our analysis chart here. And as you notice, we are between Friday's intraday high, which was placed here earlier in the morning, right about 9:46, and the intraday low. Very similar pattern here about a couple of minutes after 11 o'clock. Hit our top, create our bottom, recover, and start testing, trying to head towards the high. We don't get there. We fall a little short in both attempts at the pre-market. We did get a little high, close to it, but we didn't reach it. Right now, we have a market, obviously, that looks like it has strength to the upside, or at least that's the direction that we're looking at. That's what we're expecting from, I would say, that's our most logical scenario, that the market is going to continue to the upside. But right now, the market is pretty much sideways. And if you're ever wondering what the direction of the market is, this is where it closed. This is where we are right now, currently. And if you notice, the market is pretty much sideways. Coming off this area, moving sideways, moving laterally. Now, we do have a support area here, which we're expecting the market to hold. So if the market holds here, expectation is for the market to continue a little higher. If it fails to do that, then we find have some key support at this level here, and then we'll determine what happens once we reach these areas. So remember, the idea is to see the market hold and continue and potentially run, or break here, retest this area, and potentially come lower. That's the key plan. Let's look at it closer at our trade chart. Trade chart, the same thing. We have this micro resistance. We have this micro area here, what we call one of our trend lines here. Notice how the market has had a hard time heading onto the way up. Very choppy on the way up there. Here's the market holding one of our support areas. Like I said, the market can retrace down to this area, expecting it to hold in order to move higher. The expectation is probably coming a little low. So be careful today. Remember, towards the middle of the week, it's going to start slowing down, particularly late Wednesday, probably most of the day on Thursday. Excuse me, meaning that the market is closed on Friday for Good Friday. Well, have a great week, and we'll see you on Wednesday. Ciao.